So already last week, we saw both YouTubers and early pre-order customers sharing their first impressions of their first batch of the Dream Air Lighthouse headset. Now the production is ramping up with bigger batches to be shipped out. And here's one of those first final Dream Air samples from the first batch. In this video, I would like to give you a closer look at the details. This time only the physical details and the design aspects. I know we did a quite similar video with the pre-production sample of the Dream Air slam-tracked version from CES, but since this headset is now final, a retail version, it is the Lighthouse version also, there are some changes you might want to check out. First off, this is a final unit, so obviously it comes with traditional Pimax style retail box, although smaller this time of course. The first thing you see is a thank you letter signed by my colleague Calvin, telling you that the final face mask and the back strap will be shipped out separately, plus some additional information. The content of this box is quite familiar. It includes the after sales guide, the headset and its cable, then the power adapter and the connector or split box with its cables. As last time, let's start with the front plate. The first thing I noticed was that the edges that we no longer saw on the slam-tracked version compared to the earlier samples are back. Apparently, I was wrong telling you that the edges got removed. It seems that these edges will remain on the Lighthouse-tracked version, mainly due to the internal positioning of the tracking sensors. Rounded corners may affect accuracy of the tracking sensors as far as I understand it. So it looks like the two versions of Dream Air will look slightly different around the front plate depending on which version you pick. The chrome chevron looks the same as on the slam-tracked version, no LED backlight, and I remember Robin mentioned that the LED bar could interfere with the Lighthouse tracking sensors. Again, I don't think it's necessary anyway, I think it looks kinda stylish. But I must point out something for you. Yes, Pimax is aware of the reported problem that the edges of the chevron are not always fully sticking to the black plastics. Potentially, it could peel off or loosen a bit at the edges. This is something that is being investigated and will be sorted out somehow. Anyway, the 4 ventilation grills looks the same as before, and the 2 internal cooling fans never gets loud, although I can feel some breeze coming out of the headset while connected, so the fans are for sure spinning. More than 1 week in of a very active testing, I have not noticed the fans to speed up even once. The two-way button is now controlling the sound volume, and remapping has not yet been added to Pimax Play, but it will, I hope. I do feel though that volume adjustment for these buttons is the more obvious choice than manual IPD adjustment. Now let me remove the facial interface for a moment. As before, we have an additional USB-C port on top, meant for accessories and alternative audio solutions. Thing is, there is a sticker with a serial number right over it. Apparently, this was the case for all the first batch samples of the Dream Air Lighthouse version, and the sticker will be moved to somewhere else on the future batches. A sticker shouldn't really be a problem, but peeling it off leaves a lot of glue which was hard to clean up. While trying to do so, I think I even made it worse. Anyway, this has been reported and it won't be a problem on upcoming batches. The Pimax concave view lenses have protective plastic layers which are obviously supposed to be removed before use. The frame of the inside of the headset and around the lenses now looks like a final device. It's all matte black, although it's still metal, probably aluminum frame to keep the weight down while still being rigid. The same goes for the magnet in the middle, which is now all black. And yes, both the headset and the facial gasket has its own magnet, making the connection stronger. It's still easy to put on and take off the gasket, but the parts now stay more firmly together, which was easily proven here multiple times just holding onto the face gasket and aggressively shaking it. As you can tell, there is no way the facial interface will loosen from the headset by itself. The latches that lock and unlock the strap arms from the headset has now been improved and are noticeably stronger. I really could not pull out the arms, no matter how hard I tried. I'm sure that not even Linus can pull these off this time. Something I didn't notice last time, but obviously it was there from start, is the fact that the connecting ends of the strap arms do have some flex mechanism, which is intentional of course and prevents the strap from feeling too tight on the sides, especially for people with the big heads, like mine maybe. Furthermore, the built-in audio is the same, but the tiny grille underneath is now black instead of silver or chrome as before. Regarding the strap itself, some people have pointed out that they do prefer the arms being black, compared to earlier samples where it was all white. Personally, I also believe that the black and white mix of colors on this headset looks more appealing. Also, you can clearly tell this is a final product where the edges are more seamless, no gaps and no more obvious kinks which we saw on the pre-production samples. The connection of the soft strap is the same, but it looks like the small part we saw earlier surrounding the cable when connected has now been removed. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure and I don't think it really matters. As I previously mentioned already, this is a temporary 2D strap just like before, and from what I can tell, no changes has been made, apart from two small detachable straps being added at the backside, potentially to strap and align the cables to a preferred position on each side. Not something I would do, but hey, we're all different and have different needs, right? The Velcro ends of the strap has not been made longer, which may happen in later batches. On the other hand, a better so-called 3D strap will separately be shipped to all customers anyway when available. I do think it was a good idea from Pimax to not further postpone shipments just because of the soft strap. This may be a temporary solution, but in fact most people like this simple 2D strap and find it very comfortable. Now, the cable, the connector box, yeah, let's call it connector box this time, and the power adapter are all the same as before, so I won't put much focus on these parts. One thing to note is that there has been reports about the small split box or whatever it's called sitting on the back or close to your neck is getting a bit hot when the headset is in use. I'll give you some heads up on this. This issue has been addressed by our engineers and will be sorted out. Now let's talk numbers or the measurements of the cable, which are slightly different from before. The exact distance from the headset's two USB-C connectors all the way to the PC ports measures exactly 5 meters in total. The single cable is 4.1 meters from the small split box all the way to the USB-C end. Then we must add roughly 30 centimeters from that small split box through the strap arms and all the way to the headset. That's also a part of the cable, of course. Then another 60 centimeters of length is added by the connector box and its cables. So 4.1 meters plus 0.6 meters and 0.3 meters equals exactly 5 meters of distance. In fact, this is more or less the same total cable length as we had on our other VR headsets, except for the original Pimax Crystal, where its cable was only 4.5 meters in length. And yeah, this is a very lightweight headset. If we look at the numbers, the Dream Air Lighthouse version headset itself, without the strap arms, weighs in at slightly above 170 grams. Adding the facial interface put us at around 210 grams. The soft strap itself is less than 30 grams, and the strap arms with built-in audio are somewhere below 70 grams, although including some of the added weight from the cable, of course. Well, no wonder this headset feels so lightweight and comfortable. For reference, it's basically 1/4 or 25% of the original Crystal Super 50 ppd weight when used with the DMAS speakers. Lastly, let's have a look at the improved face mask. The gasket itself is still identical to the pre-production sample from CES, but the included PU leather face foam is considerably thinner, a bit softer, and also actually a bit brighter in color, which looks nicer. It is definitely an improvement, but remember, this facial interface is still temporary and will get improved when shipped separately to all you out there when available. I think already now it's much easier to get closer to the lenses and achieve maximum field of view without strapping the headset too hard. But I am sure we can do better with upcoming variants, and I still think we can get it even thinner and get even closer to the lenses. In fact, Steve from VR Flight Sim Guy did prove this not long ago in a very interesting video. Make sure to check it out. Alright, there we go. This was my detailed up-close look at the Dream Air Lighthouse version, the final unit. The important aspects or technical aspects such as performance, resolutions, field of view, eye tracking and 6DoF tracking will all be looked into in depth in upcoming videos. Also, meanwhile, make sure to watch the already existing reviews from MRTV, Voodoo DE and VR Flight Sim Guy, which all already have this device at home. And also check out the first impressions from customers on Reddit, Discord and OpenMR. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.